5 NBA-wide and team-specific situational trends and angles for today's NBA games, today being Monday, April 1st. And guys, these trends and angles are no joke. We're going to get right into them. And as always, I advise that you do not ever make a bet based on any single trend or angle. Just use these as part of your handicapping process. For this first trend, we are going to go back to November 1st of 2023, so almost the beginning of the season. Again, we used a 4-digit year first, then the 2-digit month, and then the 2-digit day. We're looking at the Pistons. We're looking at them when they're at home and when they're facing an opponent whose average scoring margin is -3 or worse per game. So they're getting out, so their opponents are getting outscored by at least 3 points per game on average this season. When you look at the Pistons at home against those teams, you see the over-under is 0-9. No overs, 9 unders. These 9 games stayed under by more than 7.5 points per game. And again, with these basketball trends and angles, I like the margin of victory to be at least 2 possessions, so at least 6 points. We have that here, and you can see it's active today. The Pistons hosting the Grizzlies. We'll go right to team trend number 2. Guys, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell for notifications. For this next team-specific situational trend, we are going to go all the way back to the 2021 season, so almost 3 full seasons of data. We're looking at the New Orleans Pelicans here. We're looking at them when they are coming off a game where they scored between 90 and 95 points. So previous game points, and we have 90 to 95 in the range there. You can see when we look at them in that range, look at the over-under for this one as well. 0-11, no overs, 11 unders. These games stayed under by an average of about 8.3 points per game. And you can see here, it is active tonight, the Pelicans hosting the Suns. And we will move into our last team-specific trend for today. And guys, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up to like this video. I would greatly appreciate you doing so. For this one, we're going to stick with just this season, so it's all current season data. We're looking at the Indiana Pacers, and we're looking at them during the second half of the season. And how we do that is with the parameter game number greater than 41. It's an 82-game regular season, so if we put the parameter in game number greater than 41, it points us to the second half of the season only. And we're looking at them when they are facing an opponent that averages 21 or less free throw attempts per game. And when Indiana faces these teams, or has faced these teams in the second half of this season, you can see another strong under trend. No overs, 8 unders. These 8 games went under by an average of 14.6 points per game. That is a pretty damn impressive under margin. I love those double-digit margins. That is an awesome double-digit under margin for that. You can see that it is active tonight. The Pacers hosting the Nets. And apparently it's going to be active again in 2 more days when these 2 teams meet up in Brooklyn. So we'll have to see, assuming the Nets will still be at 21 or fewer free throw attempts per game on average. I doubt that's going to change, but we'll revisit it in a couple days and see and make sure that still qualifies. Now we are going to get into the NBA-wide situational angles, which I prefer over the team-specific ones. Before I do that, though, guys, if you have any trends or situational angles that you would like me to look up for today's games, drop them in the comments. Also, if you are big on trends and angles yourself and you found some good ones that are active for today's games, drop those in the comments as well. We would all love to see those. For our first league-wide situational angle today, we are going to look at, and we've got a few parameters here. Looks like a lot, but it's really not. We're going to go back to the 2018 season, and it is regular season games only. We're looking at home favorites, and these home favorites are averaging between 108 and 114 points per game on the season. So team average, what do we want the average of? Points, and that's what we have in parentheses. And then we use the range 108 to 114. We're looking at those teams when their opponents are allowing. So opponents average opponents' points is between 108 and 114 points per game on the season. And we're looking at these home favorites also when, and all this means right here, previous points plus previous opponents' points less than or equal to 205. And then what we have here is previous, which points to 2 games back. Their points plus their previous opponent's points less than or equal to 205. So what all of this means right here is that we are looking for, and maybe if I could highlight this right, it would help. What we're looking for right there is we're looking at these home favorites when their last 2 games saw a total of 205 or fewer points scored in each of those last 2 games. So when all those parameters are met, you can see that these teams are 32-4 straight up, 28-8 against the spread, 77.8% winners against the spread. Gotta love that. And we see that this is active tonight when the Pistons host the Grizzlies. And that's going to take us to our 5th and final trend and angle for today. Before I get to that, though, guys, make sure you head over to wt.buzz/db. That is my page on the WagerTalk website. I've got a huge NBA play tonight. It's backed by situational angles that have gone a combined 41-1 for 98% winners against the spread. And this play, regular $25, is only $9 today on a special throwback $9 Monday. You can get that right now. Also, scroll down the page. We got a new special that just hit my page a few minutes ago. It's an awesome deal. It's a 90-day all-access, all-sports package. You can get it for under $6 per day. Like you see right here, monthly buyers will save $897. Weekly buyers will save over $1,200. And why should you invest in that package for me? Well, let's scroll right back up to the top here and look on the right-hand side under hot streaks. I am the #1 overall handicapper at WagerTalk across the board in all 3 metrics since mid-September. So we're going back 6.5 months. And in that 6.5 months, I'm #1 in overall profit, picking up over 182 units, #1 in return on investment, #1 in win percentage at nearly 60%. So take advantage of that 90-day all-access package special that's going on right now. There is no coupon needed. Just head to my page at wt.buzz/db and take advantage of that special deal. This last league-wide situational trend is a lot less complicated than the last one. We are going back to the 2020 season. We're looking at regular season games only. We're looking at home favorites that are playing without rest. So they just played yesterday. And we're looking at them in the month of April. So when we want a month parameter, we have to use the numbers. So obviously January is 1, February is 2, April is 4. And when you look at these home favorites in that specific situation, you can see that they are 41-4 straight up, 35-10 against the spread. Again, 77.8% winners against the spread. Gotta love that. And you can see that this is active today. The Bulls hosting the Hawks. And that, guys, is going to wrap up the NBA Trends and Angles report for Monday, April 1st. Again, if you guys want me to look up any trends or situational angles for today's games, drop them in the comments. If you found any yourself, please drop those in the comments section as well. Don't forget to head over to wt.buzz/db, grab today's NBA best bet, or better yet, long-term save yourself money and grab that 90-day all-access special right now for under $6 a day. No coupon needed. Check that out. And as always, best of luck on all of your wagers today.